Welcome back. This is Ricky Chavez with Battle Ready, the process of reinventing yourself. Over the last couple of weeks, we've had various people on the show talking about what they do now, where they've been, some of the challenges they've went through, and some of the ways they handle them. It's not really what happens to you that really coins you or makes the difference. It's just how you react to it. And on the show today, we have one of our guests that's been with us a couple times. It's Adam Spiegel, the Director of Operations and Organization and Philanthropy for the YMCA. Hey, Adam, how are you?
Hey, Ricky.
So over the last couple of weeks, with various shows, we talked a little bit about your journey from New York bagels to now the YMCA, the different things that went on between. We've talked a little bit about mental health and how you use it to help you go further. Well, why don't we talk about one of the challenges? What's some of the challenges, or a challenge that really has had you go find somebody to really help you move through it?
Yeah, great question. I think, from a fundraising standpoint, there's a lot of organizations, there's a lot of need in the city and all over the place, right? So I would say from a donor prospect or from even a funding standpoint, sometimes you don't get what you ask for. And although it's hard to hear a no, not everyone always hears yeses. And I just think that, taking those no's and going to find your next opportunity, regardless of what it is, right? In my work, right? It's, looking for funding and support. But it's really finding, after those no's, what do you do with them, right? Do you just sit back and try to process and digest it all? Or, do you go find somebody outside, a friend or another, a colleague or anybody, right? That you can talk to, and they can help you, they can connect you, or they just listen to you, give you feedback and help you get past that no or that challenge. I remember we go out, we were out a few weeks ago, right? Just having lunch and talking through some stuff, right? Or maybe it was dinner at that time, but you just call and you have to surround yourself with people, right? You're with your colleagues regularly. You just might not, you might just need to hear another voice, right? So having those people around you, surrounding yourself with those that are going to give you that feedback or make connections, right? We talk about, you're talking about the book Go Giver, right? And about making connections and networking and making sure you're doing good for others, right? Those things, you surround yourself with people that have that intention.
It's something you said. So once upon a time, I was an Army recruiter. And I can remember, the recruiters, nobody wakes up in the morning want to join the Army. You have to go find them, go recruit them, And the big thing we used to always tell our recruiters is, no is just a request for more information. How you feel about that?
I'll take it.
Yeah? So the other thing is you got to get through the no's to find the yeses. And one of the things I used to tell my recruiters is, keep dialing. Once you say no, good, you got that no out the way. Get that no out, get out that no out. I'll get all these no's out the way, because she does the fundraising also out there, and she's the, I'm gonna butcher her title, but we'll have her on a show, I know, sometime soon. But her house has to do with transplants and how the families deal with that. But anyway, you guys had a great conversation, a collaboration about directions to go. But have you ever found yourself talking to somebody that has no idea really about fundraising or no idea about the YMCA, but they've given you good input just because it's an outsider looking in with ideas?
Yeah, and I think we were talking about experiences, right? And the goal really about having conversations, maybe not knowing about philanthropic culture or fundraising or what's happening at the Y. Those opportunities are great because you're educating somebody else, whether they want to give or they just want to learn or they don't want to learn, but you're going to tell them anyway. Taking every opportunity to educate someone about the impact of the Y or the impact of giving, regardless of where they're giving. I mean,
that networking.
Yeah.
One of the things I always tell everybody about networking, everybody looks for that immediate results from a network. But I always say, if you really think about it, networking is all about meeting people that need to know you. And that's kind of the key where you're telling your story, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
And that's kind of what you do when you're out there telling the story about philanthropy, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And I think, that's it. Like, whether you educate, right, you can change someone's way of thinking, right? They're like, I'm never going to donate. I'm never going to contribute, right? To telling them a story of impact or giving them an experience, right? Inviting them to a program or seeing what's really happening. That's what is going to change, right? That's what's going to change them, right? And I didn't always have, I had a passion for children, right? And their development and watching them grow and, whether it's cognitively, physically, or however it was, right? Making sure that they had a bright future. But, when it comes to adaptive programming, like we've talked about Miracle League, I wasn't like, I want to go into this adaptive field. I got put into the place and it changed my life, right? It really did. Like, it was just, I met people, that needed more, right, than I did. And I was able to provide the service, right? They wanted to be part of a team. They wanted to develop other kids as well, or other youth as well. And we just gave them the opportunity at the Y, right? Like, I was a part of, their whole growth. But really it came from the fact that my experience that I was given at the Y changed my outlook on things and where I wanted to, focus. And so.
I know when you talk about the Miracle League, I always see that glint in your eye. But I remember the first time you approached me about the Miracle League, and we sponsored one of the teams out there. And I remember the first time we went out there, not only are the kids so amazing, oh my God, they're families. The parents, all the things that they get to go through. One of my wife's best friends' daughter.
At YMCAHouston.org, and I will make the connection to Miracle League and any other adaptive programs that that the Ys offer. But if you want to volunteer, do the same thing. If you want to come and experience, if you just want to watch from the stands and experience the amazing game of baseball or any other sport, truthfully, soccer, flag football, basketball, you can volunteer. You can help players run the bases or run the field or whatever it might be. But you can volunteer, which is just as impactful. Always looking for volunteers to help.
When does
out in
Miracle League
programs.
start?
Yeah, so April 5th is our spring season.
And where's that located at? Where's the field?
Yeah, at the Langham Creek Y is one field, and then again with Humble ISD, it is in the Lake Houston Y have a field that they offer the same program.
Okay, so coming back, I just enjoyed the Miracle League. I can remember going to it with my team, and the thing that always sticks in my mind is the one young lady. Every game we've ever been to, she sings the Star Spangled Banner.
Yep.
And it's like, such a big deal to her, and she's so good at it. And everybody just enjoys it. So, that's one thing that sticks in my mind. So talk a little bit more. Don't you have an event coming up?
Yeah, there's an event, March 22nd, that does support the Langham Creek Miracle League. It's called Party with a Purpose. And so right at that, the goal is to have sponsorships and donations to support adaptive programming each year. So between like 300 and 400 guests attend each year, and that really that are part of really making that experience possible for all of our families.
For your families. How does that fundraising help the families?
So fundraising really gives the opportunity, right? And not every family can afford it. There is a minimal fee for participation in Miracle League for our families, but not everybody has that opportunity. So like any other program at the Y, we provide that financial assistance to make sure that everyone has the opportunity to participate regardless of their ability to pay.
That's awesome. Well, Adam, as usual, it's always a pleasure having you on the show. These last couple of segments with you has been amazing. Always so positive. How can somebody, again, reach out to you at the Y?
Yeah. My email address is adam.spiegel@ymcahouston.org. Again, adam.spiegel, my first name, my last name, at ymcahouston.org. And I'll make the connection.
Well, perfect. Once again, everybody, thanks for joining me today on Battle Ready. seeing the positivity that's being given by Adam Spiegel and the YMCA to everybody, and another opportunity for you to look into what we offer and maybe some opportunities for you. It was great seeing you guys again. Look forward to seeing you on our next show.